All right. Now, it was a quarter of a mile long and took 30 million bricks to build, with 1,000 beds. It was also Britain's biggest military hospital.
The Royal Victoria Hospital at Netley was mostly demolished in the 1960s, but now its 100-year history is being told afresh in a major exhibition.
Yeah, it's all part of a £3.5 million project funded by the Lottery and Hampshire County Council. And David Allard joins us now from the newly restored hospital chapel. And what was it like? Because you've had a good look round today.
I have, Sally. Well, when this chapel was in use, around 900 medics and patients would be crammed into these pews for the obligatory Sunday service. We've also spotted some soldiers' graffiti there still around the back of the organ. Well, after 4 years, it's been restored to its former splendour, and now the chapel is helping give an insight to visitors to the Royal Victoria Country Park into the military hospital, of which this is the last remaining building.
This is a beast.
This is a beast, yeah. What is this?
Well, this is an iron lung, and it used to treat people for things like polio and for tuberculosis. People will be put in them.
Just one of many artefacts on display telling the story of the Royal Victoria Hospital, from the moment Queen Victoria laid the foundation stone on her pet project.
This was Europe's largest hospital. First action it saw was the Boer War, the First World War and the Second World War. So it's got a massive history. Many thousands of people have been involved with the place, and I think it's so important that we look after that heritage.
The hospital was like a small town with its own railway station, post office and school.
And it's from up here in the tower that you not only get to enjoy the fantastic views, but you also get a sense of exactly how vast the hospital site was, because the dry weather has revealed the lines of the original foundations in the earth. And while you're up here, you might as well check if the chapel bell is in good working order. I think it is. As well as housing thousands of patients, it was here that a vaccine for typhoid was discovered, while disturbing stories have emerged of the treatments meted out at the hospital asylum. One place that brought everyone together was the chapel. It's the last surviving original building, and it's now back from the brink of disrepair.
The biggest job on this project was the windows. They were in a poor state of repair. Lots of them were broken and stuck together with silicone. So these have been fully conserved, new stained glass windows put in where necessary, and the timber frames completely repaired. I think it looks fantastic. I hope everyone else thinks it looks fantastic, and I can't wait for the public to get in.
Well, you can get in from Wednesday. That is when this chapel opens to the public, and it is free entry to the chapel, though you do have to pay £3.50 if you want to climb up into the tower. Let's speak to Paul Delamore. He managed this entire project. You saw him in the film there. Paul, this has been a very personal project for you because you have family connections to the hospital.
Yes, I do. I was very honoured when I was asked to take on the role. My mother, my uncle and my grandmother all worked here at the hospital in various roles.
And as a young boy, you used to play in the grounds as well?
Well, the grounds was my stomping ground, yeah, and my playing field. Living in Hamble and growing up in Hamble.
The place certainly looms large for people locally, but what do you hope people travelling from further afield will get out of a visit to this place?
I think when they come to this beautiful park, now that they find out more about the history and the role that this park played in its previous life as a military hospital and in national and local history.
Finally, very briefly, what has been among the biggest challenge for you to bring this back to life, this place?
The biggest challenge really has been telling the story of this hospital. It's based on war, illness, recuperation and death. And that was a difficult and challenging thing to do, but I think we've told that story really well here.
OK, indeed. Paul, thanks very much indeed. It's a hidden history once, a hidden history no more. As we say, Sally, this chapel reopens to the public on Wednesday. From Netley, back to you.
Wonderful. Thank you very much, David. Now, you've got to look at these.